SS8 CG6. Analyze the role of local governments in the state of Georgia. Element B. Describe how local government is funded and how spending decisions are made. Our learning target: the student will learn how the government is funded and how the government decides to spend it. How does the government get money to pay for programs and everyday items it needs? Well, the local government gets revenue or money for programs through tax and non-tax programs. How does the government spend our money? It is based on the financial needs of the cities and counties. We have two kinds of revenue: taxes and non-tax revenue. Let's start with the non-tax revenue. We will define it and then give some information about it, like where the money comes from. We only have one non-tax revenue. It is revenue generated from non-tax sources. These non-tax sources can generate funds for municipalities and counties to operate. Where do we get our non-tax revenue? We get it from federal grants. We get it from fines, court fees, and costs. We get it from interest earned on idle funds. We get it from service fees on water, sewage, and solid waste collection. We get it from 911 user fees. And the last way we get non-tax revenue: from building permit fees. We have 5 different types of tax revenue. Our first tax revenue is ad valorem tax, which means according to value. The ad valorem tax is a tax based on the value of a transaction or of a property, usually paid at the time of transaction. Some examples of ad valorem tax include real property like land and buildings, personal property like cars and boats, inventoried goods of a business, intangible goods like real estate notes. Some exemptions to the ad valorem tax include public property, places of worship, household furniture, and personal clothing. Sales and use tax is our next type of tax revenue. Sales and use tax is a tax placed on the purchase, sale, rental, storage, or use or consumption of tangible property. Some examples of sales and use tax are local option sales tax, also known as LOST, used to reduce the millage rate, which is the tax rate used to calculate local property taxes. Special purpose local option sales tax, SPLOST, a tax on identified projects. Referendum establishes purpose of tax, length of time the tax is in place, and the amount of revenue desired. Sales tax for educational purposes, STEP, a 1% sales tax levied by the boards of education for educational use only. Our next type of tax revenue is franchise tax. Franchise tax is a tax placed on public utilities. Franchise tax is on electric, gas, telephone, cable television, and other public utilities. Franchise fees are negotiated between the local government and the franchisee. Excise tax is our next tax revenue. Excise tax is a tax paid when purchases are made on a specific good, such as gasoline. Some examples of excise tax are taxes on alcoholic beverages, insurance premiums, hotel and motel rooms, and rental cars. Our final tax revenue is regulatory fees. Regulatory fees are mandatory fees that are required for a business or a professional to operate within a county.